Okay, this is the play rate. We're done with. Oh, that took over 3.5 minutes to do that. Okay, got some tools and bits and bobs. And we got to get into a regulator that's behind that box there. So I'm going to dig out some plants, possibly, and move some leaves. Okay, let's get dirty. Okay, I've got to shut the meter off. It's buried down here. Turn the lid off. The seal's not great on that. That probably should be a replacement. That's an SA water drop, not mine. Alright, to try and access the work area a bit, I've got the blow back and just give it a bit of a tidy up. So I'll just try and put the lid off here and have a look. Maybe even just cut some of that lure out. Okay, got the lid off. The IP. Cleaned up around it. Blow back, etc. Some roots, and you can see down here, that's the juicer in there. It's got a valve on it. I knew it was a bit one-sided. I thought it was more that way, but it's actually closer to the water meter. So, alright, got to get a bit more digging by hand and see how we go. Here's an update. It's nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I've had to dig right around the IP. And again, access, as you can see, it as tight as ever where that joint is at the front. I've got to get that out, and I've got to get one on the end. So soon I'll be able to lift this box out and have a bit of access. I think the way that was installed by the fitter, you cut a cavity in that box to get it a bit closer, so that I may do as well. Stay tuned. Okay, now we've got to this point, I can actually get into that elbow there now. So, and I was actually digging a little bit on the left to try and make it something. Okay, so I've washed off these joints here now, so I should be able to cleanly get in and out of them with the wrenches. And while that didn't drain that away, I've got a huge amount of clearance there anyway, so that pipe certainly helped. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah, we got it off. So here we are, we're back in the shed now. Now what I'm going to do, the idea came to me, I'm going to replicate having pressure into this unit. I'm actually going to try and put it onto the tank pump. We've got rainwater here, so I'm going to pull this out and have a look. I've seen there's some calcification deposits in here already. I don't know if you can see that inside there. Ooh, come back, focus. Yep, try and get that again. There we go. Right in there, so it'll be interesting to see whether it's, if I can get inside that valve body, I'm going to see if it's choked up with that crap. Do a clean out. In fact, I had the idea that came to me when I was just having a bit of a cuppa and a bit of a rest, and I'm thinking, you know what, instead of going down to Mitre 10 and getting it fitting to replace from length to length, I thought I'll just drill the guts out or pull the guts out of it and just put it all back. I'll be back to pressure, because the issue we've had is that we've been here 30 plus years and the pressure was that high. That's the reason we had this put in line. But now there's so many housing estates that are popping up on the north side, which I'm pretty sure would be linked up with our estate, that yeah, the pressure's dropping, hence the regulators now becoming useless or redundant, causing us strife. So here we go. Okay, well that's the exit in. You can see a bit of crud on there, so ooh, interesting. Okay, well here's my test environment. I've got the pump and the tanky, and I've just screwed this up now. Admittedly, I have not put any thread tape on here, but I know this little pump actually puts out quite a bit of pressure. So, let's have a look at this. Not a thing. So I've got an idea there's a spring and a piston in there, and the piston's fair chance that's all seized. So, anyway, let's spend a good chance to give it a test. Righto, we've got both ends off. This is the last end here, and this is the one. Yeah, which way is it? Put the arrow here somewhere. I think it's covered up in the vise. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So we got a little monkey, yanky, yucky gunk. Got the copper colour on it, and this is the inside. So there you go. That's part of it. I'll keep going and see what else we got in here. Okay, I've just see, brushed her up a bit to try and find out some information. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio control valve made by Philmac. So I'm going to jump online in a second, have a quick look, see if, what other suggestions there are about cleaning this up, or all just pushing the guts out of it. We are Monday afternoon, had a break yesterday. I was going to go and get a different regulator, but if you can see through there, I dropped the drill through there. Not even going to bother with this regulation of the water here. So I'm going to screw it up. I've got a bit of a tight confine where I'm probably going to have to heat up the copper pipe that this screws onto and just bend it up so that all the fittings come together to meet the meter. So that's what we're up to at the moment. We'll screw this all together and go from there. Okay, there we are, all screwed up. Let's get into it. Now it's going in place. Back on here. We'll just turn this on section by section. Any leaks on the outside here. Leak on the SA water side. That's good. That's good. Okay. Let's go now down. I'll turn the tap on here. Beauty, we've got pressure back. Yeah, she's going. Nice. Now this shows up that I've got leaky taps. Okay, time for valve replacement. Well, thankfully I didn't have to use the gas bottle to manipulate the copper pipe for everything to meet up. So it's looking alright. Just had a quick shower of rain. And beat that too, so that's all good. So I'll just go out the back and check to see whether that tap's leaking. Might need a valve replacement as well. But I'll leave this open now to see whether there's any leaks that appear overnight. Okay, we're back at the same tap with the same bucket. I'm going to see how quick we can fill this in comparison last time. Last time we did it in just over 3.5 minutes. Let's go. Did you time it? I didn't bother timing myself. Probably 30 seconds. Well guys and girls, that's pretty much it. $2.90 that cost me, that whole job, plus my own time. Like I said before, I'll leave that pit open just to see if there's any leaks that happen overnight. No, that water pressure, that system we use actually supplies just the toilets and the outside taps. So I've got no issues with warranties. We've got a separate line that runs rainwater there for all our appliances, be it dishwasher and washing machine, etc. So I've got no dramas there. Yeah, so was this a professional job? No. Simply a DIY, a quick fix, and should I decide later on to put another reducer regulator back in there, I now know what to do. It's not hard to get into, and I've got all the measurements, taken photos, etc. But I'm gonna go with that for now. It's what I can remember, the pressure that we had when we first moved into this new estate here, where there were hardly any houses here. It was dramatically high. I could have pressure cleaned the ute motor off with it. But what we've got here now, to me, looks a little subdued, but now we've got water flow and we can flush the dunnies. Thanks guys. Oh, one last thing, I'll probably save between $300 and $500 in this quick fix too. Tradies being at probably, I don't know, nothing's less than $100 an hour these days for tradies. So that and not buying a regulator, what I did is drilled the guts out, screwed it back together, thread tape, up to your ankle. Thanks for watching, have a great day.